Hello, everybody. My name is Mahael Abdul-Qawi. I'm the founder and representative of the Accountability Party for Human Rights, a political vanguard organization comprised of individuals who have chosen the path of self-awareness, self-understanding, to become something more for themselves, for their loved ones, family, and friends, and then eventually for their communities at large. In this video, I want to talk about a recurring common denominator that I've realized, well, not realized, a common denominator that I've been noticing, a reminder in the last, I could say, 48 hours. And that common denominator is that Democrats are the more effective evil. And why do I say this? I say this because they are truly single-handedly pushing this new world order, if you want to call it, a lot faster than what the Republicans have been seen of capable of doing in a way. I have some ideas as to why that may be so, but I will cover that in a later video. This one, I want to just primarily focus on the Democrats right now because that is the current administration that we have. And I mean, the only thing that I can say for the Republicans, and again, for those who are watching, this isn't me saying that I am right. And again, the fact that I have to say or clarify my allegiance as if there is an allegiance is a little frustrating, but I'm not left, I'm not right, but I can't critique the right because the right is not in control at the moment. So I'm going to critique the left. And right now, what we have in 1 year, because we can say it's been fully a year, the Biden administration is really, you can't say that they're fumbling the ball. They've dropped the ball probably a few months ago. They dropped the ball, and I don't think they're even looking at it and trying to pick it up. They're just completely walked off set, and right now they're just trying to convince the audience that the game is still going on when the game is over. And the game is over because of them. Right now, across the country, you have everybody in probably a much shittier financial situation than where they were at the start of the pandemic. After being told during the 2020 election that if you vote for me, these are Biden's words, if you vote for me, we'll fix the economy, we'll get everybody booming again. Jobs will be flourishing. The country will be motivated to pick themselves up by their bootstraps and be able to go into the workforce. The workforce. They will be able to go into the workforce a lot more motivated, feeling this from this inspiration of this change. We got out the bad guy, Donald Trump. Here we are. Restore the soul of America, right? Here we are, February, now March, almost 2022, and prices are going up on everything. Rent is skyrocketing because we live in a rent-based society. We will own nothing, be happy about it. We have to accept that our rent's gonna go up. We're gonna struggle. And of course, I don't think people at this point want to ask for money handouts. No, that's not what the people want. We just want to know that there's some understanding for the people who say that they're care for our livelihood, from the people who say that they care for our benefit. We want to hear from their mouths that they care about us because that is their job. We elect them. And yet they can't tell us a straight answer about anything. How are we going to pay rent? How are we going to be able to know when shelves at the grocery stores are going to be stocked? Can I buy my kids toys? Is there still a shortage? Can my teenager get their first car? Do we have to rent that and be happy about it? He won't be able to say, oh, yes, I own my first car. Where does, and the crazy part is because everything that the Democrats have critiqued and said that Trump was doing in his 4 years, they seem to be doing in 1 year alone. I don't remember, and again, I'm not supporting Trump, but for the people that made this their main mission to defeat him and be better and to do better, we kind of have to compare it to Trump in a way, because Trump did 4 years, and besides 2020, for 3 years, yes, there were things that people didn't agree with, but there were things that people didn't agree with Obama, with Bush. Like, don't get me started with Bill Clinton, Bush Senior, Reagan. There's always gonna be things, but with Biden in the first year, with the way the state of the world is looking too, what's going on in Canada with the trucker movements. That's not just a Canadian problem when the Democratic administration, the Biden administration, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, their administration, when they support the Canadian government. And yet nobody does their research into that because the headlines are United States mainstream media. They focus on the two flags, the one Confederate flag and the one Nazi flag, and think that this whole movement that's happening right now in Canada with the truckers, this whole movement that's not a representation of white supremacy, it's a representation of the working class. And guess what? Hello, the working class consists of everybody. Chairman Fred Hampton of the Black Panther Party, he recognized this with the Rainbow Coalition. And the Rainbow Coalition was Afro-Americans, Latino Americans, Hispanics. And you had, shocker, white people involved too. And those same white people had Confederate flags. But you know what Fred Hampton saw? He didn't see the surface value of their beliefs or their race. He saw human beings in the struggle, fighting a common enemy. The Chicago government and the Chicago police. And they united. So when you look at any protest that consists of the working class, you're going to see this rainbow coalition of skins and beliefs. Deal with it. What are you going to do? Focus on I'm sorry. But the way I see this, as long as that person is not there spreading hatred, attacking anybody else in the working class, then they are an ally. That's how it should be seen. Because if we're going, and I'm not condoning, I don't know, and I don't care for Nazism, I don't care for white supremacy as an Afro-American. Everybody has their beliefs. But again, I'm thinking on a bigger struggle that needs allies of all support. We are in a working class. And for the Democratic administration, for Joe Biden's administration to have everybody duped and to looking at Ukraine and Russia when they're supporting their suppression of a working class movement happening in live time. This is like Occupy Wall Street in a more accurate setting. Because it's not just about vaccines and COVID. This is about the working class saying, hey, y'all need to understand we are society. We are the reason why society is standing. Y'all depend on us. We're not asking for handouts. We're not asking for sympathy. We're just asking for a simple respect and understanding, and respect that. And respect that we're human beings with human rights. And we just ask that you help us get our money, support us or our families if we have them, be able to go out, have little drinks, buy a few things if we can, pay our rent, and call it a fucking day. But you guys want to get in the way of that. So then that's when we have to march in the streets. But no, you guys want to label it as something like this. The economy's falling apart. I live in California. Personally, I don't drive, but everybody around me is in a state of asking for help a lot more when it comes to gas money, when it comes to carpooling, because the price on gas is going up in a very blue state that has had the Super Bowl, that is able to cater to celebrities and make sure that their Super Bowl weekend is fine. And I enjoyed it. I enjoy my American pastime sports. But to live in a place, it's the thing. I compare it to like this. I don't hate Chinese people. I hate the Chinese government. I don't hate people in LA. I hate the politics here because the politics here is so vapid and it's such a major part of this shit. And LA and California is the capital of democratic ideals in terms of how they want to spew this. And they have this side and all where they're condoning these. You have people who claim to be progressive and left cheering on authoritarian and very oppressive tactics when it comes to censorship here for people who have an opinion that's not aligned with what the major mainstream media is saying, CNN, NBC. Oh, we have to censor these people. We have people condoning this. You really have American people, the state of freedom, saying it's okay to now be restrained in your voice as long as it's not in my, if it's not getting in the way of my comfort zone. And that's where we're at. You have these people condoning what's happening in Canada saying, yes, silence them. And I'm glad there were protests following the exodus of all the truckers, of the police, of people in Canada supporting the truckers, showing, screw you, Canadian government. And America's funny because they spoke through Canada. Because Canada is not really as gung-ho as freedom of speech as we are. So it's okay if they're, if they do these things here, because we have states, with the state government, local government, et cetera, certain things are not able to happen like that, where in Canada it was, but of course, so we supported that. And we're trying to have those kind of eruptions happen here. And then they have in Ukraine political officials and media have said Western mainstream media influence is going to cause more destruction than good. You know what happens when a country is going through economic turmoil, like where we are currently in right now? From the same party that campaigned saying we're going to fix things and get better. And I don't want to hear liberal, brainwashed cronies say, oh, no, you have to give it time. No, it does not take time, especially when you campaign and sold it. No, stop giving them freebies. When you were so gung-ho on Trump for everything he fucking did. And you can't do the same critique for fucking Biden. Why? Because you can't admit to yourself that you fell for a fucking lie? Wake up. What did you expect more from Donald Trump? We should be surprised, that we didn't blow up in the first year. Look what's going on under the Biden administration. And I say the reason why they're more effective is because it's a small group of people that have this total fear-based mentality over their lives, and they have the loudest voice and the biggest influence. And they're all repping this liberal flag. See, with the Republicans, that's a wolf. And if I see a wolf in the wild, I know what I gotta do. I gotta fight. It's on sight. If he sees me, it's like, especially if it has a pack, which is how most Republicans often travel. But when you're dealing with the Democrats, that's a fox, man. That's a fox in sheep's clothing, and the way they move, they can be solo. They can be in little pairs or little clans and all, but they can be solo and they can get you because they just got to stir the pot. They just got to snicker. They're a little conniving. And right now, in the state of this country and where we're at, they sped up the process of this great reset that I talk about. And I'm not saying that the Republicans are good. In this case, there is only one party. And this one party just has it's like two brothers of like a clan, and they're just sparring all the time for the head title. But, it's just one family, one party at the end of the day. Whatever happens during this administration, if a Republican comes in, they're only going to perpetrate it. And then whatever they do, if a Democrat comes in 2028, if that's how it goes, then they'll just perpetrate whatever the Republican is. So it's just like, at this point, it doesn't really fucking matter. But at least we know with Trump, with Bush Sr. and Reagan and all, it was like, wow, these niggas are blatantly evil. With Bill Clinton, Obama, we had to find out after the fact because they were lying to us so much. And it's the first time and all where people are waking up to the fucking lie. And we have to keep that momentum going because look at what's going on. We are now living in a third world country. Like, don't let the glam and the flash fool you. Don't let the glam and the flash fool you. Don't let the Hollywood magic shake the image. A third world country is divided, is broken, and that's where exactly we are. We just have the privilege of having nice things. But it doesn't take away from the fact that mentally, culturally, societally, where our laws are going, we are living in a third world country. If we're one, these guys are just much more effective because they sped up the process of the Great Reset. And I don't know, in the first year of this man's administration, I don't even know what's going to happen by 2024. And I don't know how, if another 4 years of him or another Democrat, or how a Republican can twist this into their own way. I'm scared for either. I'm just like, honestly, I'm just scared for either option. It's just at that point, that's where we're at, where I'm scared for either option. But I know if you have 4 more years of this, it's just going to be long-winded bullshit because you know that the Republicans are going to take the House again after this, after again dropping the ball and walking away. And inshallah, the people will keep fighting. And it has to start on and this message is small because it starts small. with myself and the small group of people that watch this. And as we grow, as myself, as others, we have to just spread this message and hope and all that we can connect. Because it's people that are sharing this message that I'm sharing in your own way, whatever way you're sharing it, as long as you're sharing the same truth of freedom and standing up for human rights. Whether you're part of the accountability party or whatever you're part of, it is important that we keep speaking on this message, because what is going on is truly acts of evil. And it has to be called out. It has to be fought against. And we have to stand up now. No matter if you're a small voice, a big voice, no matter where your voice is at, you have to project it. And inshallah, we keep growing, because there is momentum. There is a lot of momentum, because people are tired of the bullshit. And people just want to live a normal life. And they don't want to be lied about going back to normal. A virus does not determine what's normal. Being able to live and enjoy moments and be a human being is what determines normal. And guess what? Even if the virus is gone, as it is, and gone meaning that it's becoming normalized, that it's now part of us, it's now our society, gone. We can't be humans. We haven't been humans in a very long time. So it has never been normal. Stop telling a lie.